In many respects, humans might be the strongest and most intelligent creatures on the planet, and are certainly the most prosperous. But in certain ways, we can't compete with some other species on Earth. Evolution has allowed certain creatures around the world to develop amazing abilities through adaptation. In many cases, it is precisely these attributes that have aided their survival, allowing them to thrive to the current day. All right, nature lovers, before we jump into these awe-inspiring animal facts, give me a quick favor. Hit that like button, share your favorite animal wonders in the comments, and subscribe for more wild content. And don't forget, there are some seriously cool treats waiting in the description. Ready to be amazed by our animal friends? Let's dive in together. Strength. Humans enjoy the belief that we are one of the planet's strongest creatures, but by comparison to small critters like beetles and ants, we would hang our heads in shame. For example, the dung beetle can pull 1,141 times its own body weight. In human terms, that would mean that an average human would be able to lift and carry about 160,000 pounds, or nearly 73,000 kilograms. The strength of an African elephant is even more impressive. While these creatures are beloved worldwide, their brute strength is often gone unheralded. The African elephant can carry over 20,000 pounds, or 9,000 kilograms, using its massively strong trunks. These trunks are comprised of tens of thousands of muscles, which allow elephants to not only carry their young and huge objects, they can consume stunning amounts of water that they require for survival. The reason small creatures are so mighty is not due to their physical stature or weight, but rather due to the cross-sectional area of muscles. What that technically means is that if an organism's length is doubled, the cross-section of the muscles would quadruple, and its weight and volume would increase 8 times over. However, that doesn't mean that the organism will develop muscles that are proportionally stronger to compensate for the strength lost. Speed. When it comes to speed, small creatures do not hold dominance over humans. Usain Bolt, the world's fastest human of record, reached a stunning speed of 27.79 miles per hour, or 44.72 kilometers per hour, during a 100-meter dash. That's about 300 feet. But the world's fastest animal, the cheetah, can run at double that speed within a mere 3 seconds. The peregrine falcon, another one of the world's fastest creatures, can reach shocking speeds of 220 miles per hour, or 335 kilometers per hour, far surpassing not only any human, but also pretty much all human innovations that are built for speed. How are these creatures so fast? It really comes down to the necessity for survival. The peregrine falcon needs to dive at breakneck speeds in order to intercept prey in the sky. Its pointed wings, slim feathers, and aerodynamically shaped body allow it to reach impressive speeds. Productivity. Humans like to think that we are the most productive, but we all secretly know that we're not. In fact, there is a reason busy as a bee is a common expression we use. Some bees will perform their tasks for 12 straight hours, while others could work for an excess of 12, such as the worker bees who are busy day and night operating inside their hives. Bees aren't as affected by factors of time and the environment, so they can carry on with their tasks of tending to honeycombs, cooling the surrounding area with their wings, and taking breaks for meals, of course. We must not overlook ants either. These busy guys expect every member of their community to contribute to fulfilling a particular role. Some are colony defenders, some are food collectors, and others are invaders of other colonies. Their work is demanding and prolonged. At the end of a hard day, humans lay down for a night of rest. Ants don't get that luxury. They do sleep, of course, but it's for a combined 4 to 5 hours per day. And those are not in a straight shot either, or even by naps of several hours apiece. Ants take very short power naps throughout the day and continue working as soon as they're awake. Needless to say, their life longevity is affected by their minimal sleep and constant expansion of energy. Adaptations. Humans have nearly mastered the art of adaptation, but we've done so by enhancing machinery, construction, and automation. Animals don't have the luxury of those things, so they're forced to adapt by more organic means, and have done so for millions of years. Take, for instance, a case of an animal living in South Africa. If that animal's food supply runs short because there's no ground-based food to find, the animal will begin to try to reach for higher areas. Over time, their neck adapts and evolves in becoming longer so that the animal can reach higher up. That is how giraffes adapted. Another perfect adaptation example is flight. Monkeys choose to swing on vines and leap across vast canopies. Other animals take the approach of flying instead. Those animals who migrate across longer distances benefit from the adaptation of flight as they can travel with large groups covering large distances faster by air. So what about humans? Will we naturally adapt? Scientists are concerned that we won't for the next 1,000 years. Machinery and industry have almost entirely eliminated any need humans have to adapt. Let's hope spiders, bees, and scorpions don't rise against us one day. Eyesight. Eyesight is an area where, when it comes to humans versus animals, it isn't even close. It actually isn't even a contest. This is impressive, considering that humans are equipped with generally great optical gifts. And when we aren't, we have glasses, contacts, and even telescopes that permit us to see across large distances. Practically speaking, though, none of that equipment compensates for real-world practical shortcomings. Humans had improved eyesight when we needed to roam open lands and look out for danger. But that's no longer the case. Birds and other creatures who don't have agricultural access require terrific eyesight. After all, they need to be able to spot their prey before it spots them. Take the classic example of an eagle, an animal with uncanny levels of vision. Even those birds of prey who are short-sighted still see up to 4 times better than the average human will. An eagle with healthy vision will see up to 8 times as well as a human. Their vision is so stunningly good that an eagle can spot a rabbit from as far as 3 miles or 5 kilometers away. Hearing. Humans do have better sight than some animals, like bats for instance, but when it comes to hearing, humans can't hold a candle to a creature whose hearing is so dominant that it is essentially a substitute for the bat's awful vision. When a bat moves through a dark cave, it emits squeaking noises that bounce off of nearby walls. If the signal bounces back quickly, the bat knows to change direction to avoid a wall. To put it another way, the bat's hearing compensates for the lack of its sense of sight. When one sense is subdued, the bat's brain devotes its efforts to its hearing, raising it to a superior level. Intelligence. Human intelligence may seem unrivaled. After all, human imagination and innovation have been the reason for the creation of art, language, and countless classic writings. We have built machines that powered us underground, across oceans, and into space, and we have figured out answers to some of the world's prominent mysteries. But our animal counterparts have us beat in some intelligence departments too. Take homing pigeons, for example, and not the Harry Potter ones either. These guys travel over 1,100 miles, or about 1,770 kilometers, and find their way back home without any external guidance on where to go. Fascinatingly, their beaks are armed with an iron structure that is influenced by the magnetic presence of the Earth's poles, allowing them to seek out specific locations. You may not regard elephants as particularly intelligent creatures, but they have some incredible abilities. For instance, University of St. Andrews researchers found that elephants can map the presence of their family members with mental scent detection. They can even detect how threatening a human is by the clothing color they wear and by the person's scent. Just imagine if humans could do that. Combat. Humans feel that we're quite accomplished in the art of combat. This goes for hand-to-hand methods like Muay Thai and Krav Maga, honed by various cultures over centuries, as well as on the battlefield with the development of the musket, as well as various other weapons of war. It's no exaggeration to state that humans have adapted incredibly to both offensive and self-defensive methods. But in the animal kingdom, the rules are different and far more ruthless. For instance, a squid defends itself by shooting ink at its predators. But this is far from the most extreme example of self-defense when it comes to animals. Let's consider the Texas horned lizard, which may look pretty standard with its scaly, rough skin and spikes on its back. But when the lizard has had it with an offending party, it shoots blood from its eyeballs at it. Perhaps we can question how practical this approach is, but they do get points for improvising in distress. Communication. Modern man is handy at communicating through computers or mobile phones, but animals possess amazing forms of communication that are entirely natural. There is a small insect called the tree hopper that extracts sap from trees and has a natural ability to convert it to honeydew. When a gecko finds one of these little guys, it requests honeydew by vibrating its head, and the tree hoppers promptly deliver some to the gecko. Scientists aren't quite sure why this happens, but it's believed that it is a form of protection money that the gecko collects from the tree hopper. Other creatures communicate using pheromones or scented chemicals. Ants are a great example of this, as they can detect various chemicals from other ants with their antennae, which act as a form of communication with each other. So, if an ant is being attacked, they emit a pheromone that is detected by thousands of colony members, who quickly mount a collective defense. Appearance. If you zoomed in closely on an ant or a butterfly, you might reel back at how monstrous they look up close. But human males might consider a human female attractive. While the variances of attraction have not fully been explained by science, there is no discounting the incredible appearance of certain animals. For instance, baby rabbits, chickens, and birds melt the hearts of almost everyone who has seen them, and scientists believe this is thanks to their resemblance to human babies, with their small stature, large eyes, and rounded face. Other animals are astounding for different reasons. The blue dragon is a great example of a natural marvel, as it has two distinctly colored sides, with one matching the deep blue of the ocean and the other the glimmering surface of the water. The blue dragon is also armed with a ferociously powerful sting, pitting it as a formidable foe to the Portuguese man-of-war. The sad fact, however, is that many of these fascinating and amazing creatures are endangered due to a variety of factors. It's important for us humans to reflect that a world without these gorgeous animals would be a far gloomier, sadder place.